Hi there.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Alright, welcome back to Tech with Trade. Today we're going to be discussing the Cybertruck. So, Elon Musk decided to shock the world, not with his Model S, not with the Model 3, not the X, or the Y, but with this bad boy. This armored personnel carrier looking tank, bulletproof doors, armored glass window tank truck. I don't know what to call it. It's all those things. Cybertruck. The competitor for the Rivian R1T, the Ford F-150, Ford Raptor, Chevy Silverado, all the top level trucks on the market right now. This truck right here is the competition for it. Comes in 3 variants. We're looking at $39,900 for the single motor rear wheel drive with a 7,500 towing capacity. Dual motor, 300 miles of range, 10,000 pounds of towing. Already surpassing the best F-150 at the moment. 10,000 pound towing capacity at $50,000. And then the tri-motor, which was, I guess Elon just wanted to just blow everything out of the water or double all of the specs. We're looking at a 500-mile range for an electric truck. Currently, the longest range Tesla is the Model S. I'm going to go custom order here. At 375 miles, or 373 EPA estimated. Yeah, 373 is the longest range Model S you can buy right now. So a truck, armored personnel carrier that weighs more than the Model S, doesn't look as aerodynamic as the Model S, is supposed to go far, almost 125 miles more than your longest range Model S for about the same price, or even less. The R1T, which is the other big electric truck that we're going to be talking about here in this episode of Techmas, goes 400 miles on its longest battery pack. It's got a quad motor system, 750 horsepower, 11,000 pounds towing, 3 feet wading depth. It's a quad motor system, and 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. 0 to 60 in 2.9. Elon just had to inch out the Ford F-150, inch out the Rivian R1T in all cases, or double those numbers. So for cost to what you're getting ratio, you're going to spend more on the Rivian R1T, and you're not going to get as large of a bed or as far of a range as you get for that same price you're going to spend on this beast. This thing sits 16 inches off the floor, factory. No stock, no afterlift. 16 inches right out Fremont. This is insane. And we've been hearing a lot about what Cybertruck could have been. A lot of people were expecting something that was a lot more conventional, maybe something that wasn't as out of this world or didn't look like what your average 3-year-old would draw. But Elon Musk didn't care. He told us it was going to be Black Blade Runner. He said that. He warned us. And when he rolled this out, I really wanted to meet the group of kindergartners that designed this. Because definitely it was, you're building your truck that's going to destroy the world, and you're drawing on paper with your crayon. This is what you come up with. But regardless, Cybertruck's here. Well, I should say Cybertruck's here in 2021. And the tri-motor all-wheel drive, which personally I will be placing a pre-order for, is not expected until late 2022. So we got some time to wait before we start seeing these behemoths on the road. But you're not going to get anything close to this anywhere else unless you go straight to the Pentagon and request an auctioned off Humvee or something like that. It's pretty much the closest thing you're going to get. Elon Musk stated that you'll get 250 kilowatt charging speeds or higher than that. So definitely going to be the Model 3 2170 cells, and definitely going to be increased superchargers. Maybe it'll have access to the mega chargers that are going to be releasing with the Semi. Maybe. Speaking of the Semi, it's almost time for us to start seeing these things driving around the road. With a 0.36 drag coefficient? Yeah. I've never heard of a truck with those kind of numbers. But Cybertruck? It's supposed to be a 0.30 drag coefficient, which only thing close to that is this bad boy, the Roadster. So it's just insane. Like, I don't even have words for how he took something that looks just as sleek as this, looks like it's streamlined and ready for anything that, the wind or the road could possibly throw at it, and turned this into a very, very, very decent drag coefficient. I think this is the best drag coefficient of any production car. But then also made this thing with a 0.30 drag coefficient. Like, it just doesn't make any sense how this guy gets these numbers. But a couple scientists have put the Cybertruck through a online wind tunnel, and it's come out to about 0.30. Maybe some tweaks. Maybe when the active air suspension drops it for freeway travel, we'll get that 0.30 drag coefficient. But when it's time to go over rocks and that kind of stuff, jack up your air suspension, and you're good to go. This truck is not fitting in any standard parking spot. I'm sorry. If you thought you had a standard garage and you were going to buy one of these, no, park it outside, because it's not going to fit. Just like your F-150 Super Cab, it's not going to fit. It's just as wide as it's legally allowed to be wide, 79.8 inches. It can't surpass 80 inches. It's 271 inches long, which is insane. This Rivian R1T here is a baby compared to it. It's more closely related to the Ford Raptor than the F-150, than the Cybertruck. Yeah, the Raptor is below the F-150. So I would put the Cybertruck and the F-150 at the same level. And then below that is definitely going to be the R1T and the Raptor in terms of best trucks you can buy for, sub $100,000, sub 80 grand. The R1T is expected to go above 80 grand since it starts at 69,000. Cough. Cybertruck doesn't start at 69, it starts at 39 and finishes at 69. So your base R1T is going to be your most expensive Cybertruck. Elon really couldn't lose here. You really can't lose with buying something that looks like this. You're going to get a polarizing design, something that you're going to pull up to any point, any spot, any parking lot, and people are going to watch you. Well, you may not fit in the parking lot, given how tall this thing is. I think it's almost 8 feet off the ground, from the very, very top to the ground. But let's say you do get in the parking lot. Yeah, everybody's going to walk by like, whoa, what's that? If you're in this thing, I don't even think people are going to blink twice. People may not even know it's an electric truck. But this, I think this is the second, I would agree. This is the second car or vehicle that Tesla has made where it stands out as a Tesla. The only thing before that was definitely Model X with those Falcon wings. Besides X, S is two very similar to a Maserati. 3 is just like just basic. X stands out, and truck, Cybertruck is definitely going to stand out. It's definitely going to be something to like whoa about on the streets. But overall, I think these are two very great trucks, and I think that Rivian has a backing that Tesla doesn't have, so they're going to get off to a better start, given that they've got Jeff Bezos on their side. They're starting pre-orders at $1,000, and you're getting a truck that's really, really capable regardless. It's got, I would agree that this is the best feature of the truck, the tank mode. This is a quad motor system. Each motor can operate individually and rotate the left wheels forward and the right wheels backwards and cause the truck to be able to turn on a dime or in place. Now, although the Cybertruck, seems to outperform Rivian, it won't be able to do that because it's only got 3 motors. So, bummer with that. I feel like he could have just put a smaller motor to, facilitate that, just to pull out RJ Scaringe's, I think that's his name, the CEO of Rivian, to pull at his drawstrings. Like, hey man, I can do tank mode too. But nonetheless, full self-driving is something that you can get. Autopilot is standard on Cybertruck. So maximum price you're going to be paying for one of these things is like $78,000, $77,000. Like, don't worry about it. After taxes, probably going to come to like 80, 85 grand. And you're going to get a truck that, man, I won't even jaywalk in front of a Cybertruck. I'm running. I'm stepping aside and pulling out my camera because this thing is polarizing. And it's weird that something so odd looking and tankish is gonna keep us so, I don't know, attached, or like we're gonna feel connected to this thing in some way because of how polarizing it is. But with an exoskeleton and the fact that he's using the same material he puts into his starships, not the Falcon 9. Falcon 9 is still made of different materials, composite materials, but the Starship, which is his vehicle for going to Mars, uses cold rolled stainless steel. It's the same thing that he built in for this. And he didn't really want this to look like anything or be like anything that's already on the market. He started off with a slide presentation of pickup trucks throughout the years. We'll take a look at what pickup trucks have looked like. We're just going to type in, images. We're going to see that pickup trucks all pretty much look the same. Like, there's no difference when it comes to buying a pickup truck. Well, not this one, but this was the original render. People thought that it was going to be kind of like a Tesla Semi front looking and then be able to fit an F-150 in the back. That would have been pretty disrespectful. The same way how Elon Musk rolled that ATV up into the back of the Cybertruck. Imagine him pulling out like a F-150 super cab and just rolling into the back of the pickup truck like, hey man. So much of this. This would have been pretty scary. But I think a lot of people would have been more accepting of something like this than what we actually got, because that still looks like a traditional pickup truck. And that's the biggest gripe that we're getting from, Tesla haters and even Tesla fans, that the truck doesn't look like a truck. But he said it wasn't going to, so I don't know why everybody's all fest about it. He said it wasn't going to look like it, and I don't know any other truck that you're going to get 6.5 feet bed storage with just 100 cubic feet of lockable storage, regardless. No after kit, no nothing. You pick up the truck from the delivery center, and you can lock up 100 cubic feet of stuff between the frunk and the truck. Like, you're not gonna get that anywhere else. I can lay down in the back of this bed, easy. So I'm excited for 2021. When 2021 is when we should start seeing the Rivian R1T come out. Speaking of Lordstown. We've got another electric truck that should be on the scene soon. But like I said, this truck, they all look the same. I think this is going to be the truck to talk about, is the Cybertruck and what it's capable of doing. Like we see here, he plans on having, it's a Cybertruck style trailer. It should be able to, launch that ATV, which we haven't heard any details on. So stay tuned for more details on the ATV. We got the inside seating 6. No pickup truck nowadays is seating 6 people. A whole cook table, blankets, everything. The whole 9 yards you're getting out of this Cybertruck, especially if you have that 500-mile range. You go off the grid for a couple days, especially if he releases the solar wings option, where the bed and the extendable solar wings will be able to put on like 50 to 40 miles of range a day. You'll be able to power your own tools and power your phone and all that kind of stuff for days on end, as long as it's in some kind of sunlight. So I'm going to go ahead and order mine, because by the time the tri-motor comes out, I should be done college, should have my job. I should be able to make a conscious decision as if I can afford to pay for an $80,000 truck or not. But I can just imagine the kind of flex this is going to be when it does start rolling off the production line. As long as it keeps, all the features that we see here right now. Fingers crossed that the U.S. government approves cars to not have physical mirrors, because I don't know if you noticed, but this car is missing them. Model Y should also be missing them. Oh, they're here now. They weren't here before. Roadster's missing them as well, because Elon hopes to use the same camera that's being used for autopilot for the side view to also be a mirror. It helps with the drag coefficients and, reducing drag. So I also don't think Semi has one in the renders. No. So maybe these will be it. I don't know. But fingers crossed. Oh, I didn't even notice. Semi uses Model 3 doors. Interesting. But yeah, fingers crossed that we're going to get approval for no physical mirrors for cars, so that Cybertruck can still look like this. Because I can only imagine how weird putting two, side view mirrors on the side of this thing is going to look. I might eke at it a little more than I already eke at it. So, thank you guys for watching. This is my episode on the Cybertruck. Number 1 of 12 videos I'll be releasing for Techmas with Techmas, of course. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to drop one every day until you guys open those presents. Maybe, I might review some ideas for this channel for next year. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.